What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Thank you for joining. We got a fun event today. You guys are tuned into the top bracket stream, so we're gonna have round one followed by round two up at the top bracket. As you can see on the screen, we're gonna be seeing first game round one, Vintage taking on Dankis Khan's team. And the winner of that team will go on to face Big Joey. There's been a little bit of toss up in some of the rosters since the draft, if any of you guys tuned into the draft. But nothing major or anything. I think Vintage has a couple replacements. But for the most part, the teams are pretty much the same. So let's go ahead and let's dive right into the lineups. And we'll kick it off with Dankis's lineup. Dankis looks like he's gonna be running a 3-2-2. He's got in goal himself, Dankis Khan. At left back is Boba, center back Crucify, right back Blurry. At left center mid Imp, right center mid Coolman. At left striker Abzu and right striker Garnacho. Although I am seeing a little bit of a swap up top right now in the in-game. Garnacho and Abzu have swapped. And on the bench for them is Protofest and DeadSec. So I noticed there's kind of a little bit of a Black Tigers undertone in this one, which makes it interesting because Vintage's team has a little bit of a historical Bazookas undertone. So it's gonna be kind of fun to see a little bit of a twisted rematch between these guys in the tournament. So I'm looking forward to that. With that, let's get into Vintage's lineup. Vintage also running the 3-2-2. In goal, they're gonna have Wooby. At left back, they're gonna have Baloo. At center back, they're gonna have Wendy's Cashier. At right back will be Hippie. At left center mid, Vintage. Right center mid will be Jadith. Left striker, Jacob. And at right striker, I have your Reigns. I believe, at least I was told that he was subbed, but I still see him in game. Let me see who's. It's supposed to be Wintro that comes in for him. I forgot to get their bench players. Their bench players are Riffs, and it looks like a sub bench player of DSAD. So that's the matchup between these two guys. Put your predictions in chat. I know we probably got some members of Big Joey's team watching just to see who they face. Try to get that tactical advantage. Put your predictions down. Who you guys think you're gonna face? It's gonna be a close lineup. For me, putting Boba at left back over somebody more of a defender focus is probably an interesting pick in my mind. I think Vintage has a stronger defense, and both offenses are pretty dangerous. So it's a toss-up. I think it's gonna be a close game, if I'm being honest. So remember, this is golden goal is on for this tournament, so we have to have a winner. I'm gonna go ahead and get us in game here, and we will check to see if these guys are ready. It looks like they are ready. Give me 1 second. I do see your Reigns is still in the game over here, which is kind of interesting, but we'll go ahead and we'll get this thing started. All right, so we got Dankis's team on the left in the yellow and white, and on the right we have in the red and blue Vintage's team. It looks like Vintage's team is going to take the kickoff. That's Jacob on the ball. Sorry. There. Just letting time expire. Okay, let me go ahead. I'll just reset it here. Tell me when you're ready. Apparently they're not ready. False start. Vintage, you think Vixie thinks Vintage lacks defense? I don't know, man. Wendy's, Hippie, Baloo. They are, I mean, I will say that I know for sure Baloo is a more offensive minded defender, so he can get caught out. Crucify and Blurry are really solid defenders, along with, you know, Hippie and Wendy's Cashier. Boba is more of a forward, which is why I thought that was the interesting one. That's what I think I agree with you, Diego. I think I do see probably Vintage's team taking this maybe in like a really close 3-2, 4-3 kind of game. But there are so many difference makers on the field right now, this could go anyway. Make sure they're both ready still. All right. Okay. It's like Vintage's team will get the restart again. Hippie and Baloo are swapping fullback positions right before we get started, and we'll get the kickoff rolling. As it's sent over to the left, Jadith comes back to Vintage. Jay with the cross in, gets a header immediately. Jacob from Jadith coming in hot right out of the gate, 15 seconds in, with a nice 1-2 cross in and header goal. I think I'm already regretting my decision of going with a low scoring affair here. This might be a high scoring one. The attempted through ball, I don't think that's gonna get there. They will get back on defense. Wendy's will just clear the danger, sending that over to the line. It's gonna be Dankis's teams for a throw in, and that's Imp on the ball. Looking for his options. Some tight defense right now from Vintage's team. A through ball doesn't work, but just gets cleared out by Hippie, or sorry, that's Baloo. And we'll just keep popping it over the line, but this time they will get the throw in. Ball to Hippie. Hippie sends it up. A poor pass gets intercepted by Coolman. Coolman with a nice dribble. He's got some space. Gets taken away by Hippie, fixing his mistake. And we'll send that forward. Gets all the way up to Jacob, who's got a little bit of space in a 1v1 with Blurry. A nice cut from him, has a little bit of space. He's looking for that shot. Sends it over to the right. That's Vintage. A poor touch from Vintage, missing the ball. And Dankis in the yellow. His team has it. Back and forth, but a good body from Boba stepping up, and he just clears it forward. We'll give the ball right back. A nice through ball. And that's Uranes making some magic happen and then losing it. Unfortunate. Uranes has the ball. Two defenders in the face. A nice, oh, what a save. I thought that was a goal. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was a goal. Crucify on the ball, trying to send that forward. Gets intercepted by Jadith. Jadith has some space, tries to get Uranes in a good steal. I think that's from Blurry. Sends that wide over to Imp. Imp taking it up the line. Nice cut over to find some space. He's got his guy in a blender. I think that's Vintage. And he'll send that across wide right over to Coolman. Coolman tries to cut, gets tackled. I think that's Hippie right there on that defense. It was. Some nice crowding in defense. We'll find the ball at Jacob's feet now. Jacob with a nice touch. He gets the step on Blurry, cuts back right into another defender. Still has it. Launching that ball through. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a turnover, and it will get sent back to Dankis in net. Boba on the ball. Up to Imp. Over to Crucify. Crucify, a nice cut. Dangerous. A slide from Jacob will get a yellow card, but they still keep the ball. Pass, not quite where he wanted it from Blurry. We'll turn it over. Wooby gets that forward. Vintage taking it up. Trying to get a through ball to Jacob. Jacob has some space, but he's offsides. Good line from Dankis's team's defense. Nice cut there. Garnacho got some space to work with. He's got a guy open far post, but he's running out of space quickly. And Wendy's Cashier closes the gap and sends it immediately forward to Uranes. The 2v3 counterattack. Uranes holding on the ball a little too long. We'll get it poked away. Still has possession. I don't know if that was supposed to be a pass that just didn't work, but it'll get turned over. Imp on the ball. Imp under pressure. He's going to lose it. Boba pressuring back. Vintage. Vintage tries to cut, gets it stolen. And ultimately will reset back to Dankus. Smart play from Coleman. Blurry taking it up. Finds Crucify. Crucify over to Blurry. Blurry trying the through ball. It actually gets through all the way. A chip shot from Abzu and he scores. We are all tied up. A nice job taking the space and seeing the through ball. Abzu holding his fullback back, and I think that's Baloo. Not able to keep with his man, just getting bodied out. Jacob on the ball. He's got some space. Getting crowded. Crucify in his face. Crucify. He gets the shot off on his post. Gets cleared out. It's going to get picked up by Hippie. Hippie will keep the ball, looking for the cross. He sends it. Gets blocked. Good defense. Still on them. A shot off is weak, and Dankus will save that easily. Like every day of the week, Dankus has that save. A poor pass from Boba is going to get turned over. The ball gets sent back up into Boba's face at Urain's feet. Urain has some spaces dribbling. Sends the cross in, finds his feet, and a nice save from Dankus. I think that shot was from Jadith. That was a great cross. Right to Jadith's feet. Boba trying to catch Imp. Imp under too much pressure. Can't keep the ball. Urain's with a shot. A beautiful shot goes in. 2-1. This one has all the makings of a high scoring game. We're only 4 minutes and 50 seconds into this game. Urain's just taking it from the distance. Top corner. It's back and forth right now. Crucify should have that one. Resets to Dankus. Sending that wide over to Coolman. Garnacho. Missing a touch. Ball gets just swiped over across the field. Baloo gets there first. It's a little bit of a 50. Baloo will just send it over the line. Imp on the ball. That was Boba, sorry. Attempted switch of the field. Doesn't quite work. Hippie will pick it up to Jacob. Jacob with a nice quick pass if he's onside. He's through to Urain's. Urain's with all the space in the world. Can he make it two? And Dankus hits the ground on a fake. 3-1. Urain's with the brace. Nice little slight little body fade from Urain's to send Dankus to the deck. Just a little step over. That's about it. And already Vintage's team is on the counterattack quickly. Jacob has the body. He misses the ball. Unfortunate. Coolman trying to turn. Doesn't work. Hippie sends the ball forward. That'll be easily picked up by Dankus. Can Dankus's team get it together? They're kind of struggling to keep possession of the ball. That's their big problem right now. A pass from Imp will bounce around, land at the feet of Abzu, get sent all the way back, ultimately to Crucify. Crucify sending a nice through ball. I think that's the Coolman. Coolman 50 and trying to get it over. He gets the ball in the end. Garnacho is confused. And Hippie will just clear it and be safe. Garnacho on the throw-in. Sends it all the way back to Blurry. Blurry has 1 assist in this game, looking for 2. A nice cross, just doesn't quite work. Jacob on the run. I think Blurry will pick this one up easily. Good defense. Dankus sends it over to Boba. Boba, a weak pass, and I think that was Crucify missing the ball, trying to immediately pull it back. They're in the box, looking for some action. Nice defense. Gets picked up and ultimately tackled. Right back to Urain's feet, though. Urain sends that wide to Vintage. Vintage crosses it in. Good defense will clear that out. It's going to get picked up again. And just shot in from long range. Dude's trying to send a cruise missile. Crucify. To Blurry. Blurry sending that up. Trying to catch Garnacho's feet. Garnacho either missed the ball or is just out of his reach. Stolen from Jacob by Blurry. Blurry will send it right to Wendy's feet. And Wendy will reset it again. Some good passing coming out of Vintage's team. Hippie gets that forward. Sends it over left to Jacob. Jacob cutting. He's going to get the overlapping man. That should be Vintage. Just not able to catch the ball. A low line cross is going to get picked up easily by Dankus. 10 seconds from the half, so we just have time for one more play if Dankus' team can put it together. And a poor pass from Dankus. Immediately, they're in a 2v1 attack. Uranes has space. Jacob is wide open. Uranes tries to hit Jacob just out of his reach. They still have the pressure. Jacob sends in across way too much, all the way across. That's Imp on the ball. We are in stoppage time, and he will launch it forward, just getting held in. And that should be the clear right there for halftime. A good half from both teams here. Look at the team stats. You can see by the possession, 54 to 46% possession. As of right now, Dankus' team is struggling to keep possession. They start with the ball and immediately lose it to Uranes. A through ball doesn't quite work. I think if that were more right, would have worked. Ball gets clear to Uranes. Uranes trying to do a cheeky touch, but Crucify's all over that one. Dankus over to Boba. Boba, so with some weird step overs, gets that forward all the way up to Abzu. A little 50, he will lose it. And it gets sent forward by hit. I think that's Baloo, and gets turned over right away. A nice fake from Blurry. It's going up the line. Garnacho stepping back. Gets that forward up to Coolman. Coolman, the ball pinballs around. Coolman somehow ends up with it, turns around and finds some space. He sends in the cross. It gets shot off the head of Abzu and saved. Nice save from Wooby. Hippie. Nice job recovering, getting the ball back. He gets it over to Jadith, who's got some space. They're in a 3v3. They're tightening up. He's just taking his space. A nice job from Crucified, stepping in at the right time. And a immediate turnover, and they're on a 4v1 counterattack immediately. These turnovers are killing them. Coolman, unable to get the shot off. Just shoot the goddamn ball, guys. You're 4v1. Baloo. Is that forward to Vintage? Or this is Vintage here. It was Jadith. Over to Jacob. He's got two defenders. Middle mouse is right through them. He shoots. Nice save from Dankus. Wide to Uranes to pick up the rebound. Missed touch. Will get cleared out. And Abzu just dumps it off to Imp. Imp has a lot of space right now to work with. They are 4v3. 4v4. Garnacho. Taking too many touches. Trying to dribble everybody. Will turn the ball over. I gotta be honest, for Dankus' team right now, the problem is both dribbling and passing. They dribbling too much, and their passes are generally not very good. Crucify is gonna take the free kick on the offsides. Launches the ball through, and a one-time from Coolman unfortunately doesn't land at anybody's feet. Immediate turnover again. Wooby finds Wendy's in space. Wendy's will send that over to Hippie. Hippie with a poor pass gets stolen, and then another poor pass from Cruz immediately turns it right back over. Yeah, Lord, if you could just track how long the yellow team is actually keeping possession. Jacob taking up the left side, looking for the cross in. He fires that in. There's 3v1. It somehow, I think, pinballs and just ends up flying through. Easily picked up. Dank is just taking his time, looking for options. He's got plenty of defensive options. and we're just cooking the clock out while his team's down 2. Crucify, getting that over to Boba. Boba trying to send that up the line. Will get blocked ultimately for Abzu, but he'll get the throw in. He's got Imp's feet in front of him and Boba behind. He goes back to Boba. Boba trying to one-time it to him, gets cleared all the way through by Baloo for a turnover right back to Crucify's feet. Crucify trying to through ball. It's going to be no, it's not. Abzu will get there. Abzu trying to make some space. He's 1v2 right now. Sends the cross in and good defense. And we're holding onto the ball. Crucify for no reason. I think that's Jadith on the ball. Jadith with a nice through ball to your reins. He will find it. He's got the body on Boba and he will cut, and Boba, good defense. Sticking right with him. Imp has all the space in the world. Imp to Abzu. Abzu is a 1-2, but Abzu's pass doesn't... Well, somehow people are missing the ball, and then what the fuck was that? All right, they somehow recover. Garnacho saving the day. Cool, man, back on the ball, getting a second chance to redeem himself. He sends a nice low ball in. Almost. I think if that was top box as a goal. What a block. Ball lands at Urane's feet. 1v1 with Boba. Nice block from Boba. Gets flicked back through. Jacob somehow finds himself onside. He shoots, and a nice save from Dankus. Ultimately goes all the way wide for a throw-in. Be Jadith on the ball, just taking his space, finding a little bit more. He's got options, and he's just trying to make sure he's got the best one. He tries to shoot, hits the upright. Good shot. Just doesn't work out. I mean, you're up 3-1. Why not? Crucify taking the ball up. Launches it, does not work. These long balls are not working. Blurry taking it from Jacob. Once again, turned over to Blurry's feet. Blurry's doing a solid job, as you would expect him to do back there. I think if it's me, I probably put Blurry, connect him with the Imp and Abzu line, swap Blurry and Boba, but Blurry on the ball for a free kick. Oh, go all the way wide to Boba. Taking the ball forward, a poor touch. And a big cut. We'll find him with space. Sends it forward to Imp. Imp with a nice cut. Crosses it in. Almost finds Garnacho on the far post, but he misses the ball. Garnacho able to keep it in. Under pressure from Jacob. Coming all the way back. Garnacho with the throw-in. And gets cleared immediately. I believe that's by Hippie. Garnacho, cool, man. All the way through. Wait, that's cool, man. My bad. And we have Jacob free and clear left. Boba and Crucify and Blurry are trying to get back. Blurry's close to Jacob. Jacob taking way too long. Lets Blurry recover, but he still scores. I gotta be honest. That's a lucky goal from Jacob. Like, what are you doing taking so long? Either way, Vintage's team is kind of dominating right now. And I don't think it's necessarily that they're better. I just think that they are doing a better job of just keeping control of the ball. Imp taking it up for Dankus's team. Doesn't find any options. Tries to flick something weird through. Doesn't work out. I don't know who's saying Blurry's overrated. He's definitely a good player, as he just showed right there, stealing the ball from Jacob. Blurry's not center back, for the record. He's currently playing right back. Crucify is playing center back. All right, cool man on the ball. They're trying to see if they can get back in this game. The clock is ticking. They got just over a minute left. The question is, can they get it? Imp trying to do a long cross, doesn't quite get the turnaround he wants, and the ball will just hit the side netting. Wendy's wide to Hippie. Hippie immediately getting the ball stolen. Cool man trying to hit Garnacho with insane power. Doesn't work. Wendy's on the ball. Wendy's just playing around. Garnacho steals it and a poor pass. Garnacho gets another try, and I don't know what that was supposed to be. Ball sent wide over. Abzu, Imp and Abzu are trying to connect. Imp with a not so great pass that's behind him. Garnacho picking it up, trying to dribble, immediately gets it stolen by Hippie, and Hippie will send that forward. I think it's Cool Man taking on, or sorry, not Cool Man, Jadith taking on Blurry. He gets through, but with no space, and just ball rolls over the line. Just 15 seconds left. This one's over and done with, but can Vintage's team concede a goal in the stupidest way possible? That's exactly what will happen. Crucified just hitting a ball through. I don't know who that was way back there. And the goalie was, Ruby was just forward, just fucking around with them. And they'll concede a goal. Boba says last goal wins, last goal wins. Just kidding. And that's going to end it right there, guys, for round 1 of the tourney. Looking at the final stats here, somehow it ends up being 50% possession, but really I gotta be honest, even though more passes, Dacus's team was really poor in keeping possession. I think they could have done, I mean, it was just passing, it was over dribbling in some places, it was, I don't know. But a pretty dominating performance from Vintage's team will pull out a 4-2 win, really 4-1, except for that ending part. Some people to note over here on Dankus's team. Dankus, 550 score, 3 saves, 5 catches. He had some pretty good saves in there too. So Crucified, pretty solid out of center back. I think it's just, and Blurry obviously, I mean, defensively they were trying to hold it down, those two, as best as they could. Boba's not really a defender. He stuck in as best he could. Unfortunately, a lot of turnovers from him happened, but a lot of turnovers from everybody. So looking over at Vintage's team stats, you're going to see a lot of points across the board here. Jacob with 460 having 2 goals. Your Reigns with 430 having 2 goals. But I got to say, I think your Reigns was more of an impact. Your Reigns really held possession for a lot of the time. Was able to allow the offense to get forward and support, get passes off, picked up a lot of loose balls off of blocks and steals and everything like that. The Reigns did really well. And then of course their defense made a lot of turnovers, but their front 4 were able to pick up on those, and the defense just kept them from connecting. So they did their job ultimately. So good performance all around. So Vintage's team, if we go ahead and head back to the bracket slide, Vintage's team is going to go on to take Joey's team on next. So let's see if we're going to see if we can get okay, Joey Joey isn't even home yet. Nice. Just got that notification. Did they leave already? Everybody already left the lobby, so I'm just going to create a new one here. So just bear with me, guys, real quickly. We're gonna do a whole new lobby here. Does anybody know the result of the other game? Or the other bracket right now? Falapa versus Alvarez would be an interesting one, considering I don't know if any of you watched the draft, but Falapa's draft strategy was interesting to say the least. Send this over to these guys real quick. Good. All right, let's see if we can get these guys in this lobby. Set up our settings, right? What'd you guys think of that game? If you had to pick from those players, who's your MVP? It was tough for me to pick one, to be honest. I thought Vintage's team overall, everybody played pretty well. Vintage's team is already joining back into this lobby. We just got to get a hold of Joey's team. And let me, I'm gonna have to hot switch it right here. So we're just gonna switch this lineup right quick. So Joey's team, because Joey is not home, it's a complete guess on his lineup, and probably even more messed up since he's had, I think he had, I believe it was Wonderful Day coming in to sub for somebody on his team. I'm not exactly sure who. Sharpie, actually. So we don't have Big Joey and we don't have Sharpie up top. So they still have, it looks like Vixie was in a striker slot, so I'm guessing he's gonna move up there, and then they'll probably take one of their flexes and put them forward. So we're gonna have to see, but I imagine it's gonna be I still have Dankus Khan as a captain on this shit. My bad. It's Big Joey's the captain here. 3-2-2. Complete guess on the lineup is gonna be GK. In GK will be Coopery. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just read off what they have right now. Left back Envy, center back Weenus Kid, right back will be Tim. Left center mid is AZ. Right center mid is eBay, which I would have thought he'd be center back, but Vixie will be up top at left striker. I don't know who their right striker is going to be. I do see Borrow sitting on the bench, and he did just join right striker. And then obviously, if we go back to Vintage's roster, or his lineup again, will be in net. If they keep it the same as they had before, it will be Hippie at left back, Wendy's at center back, and Baloo at right back. And then Jadith at left center mid, Vintage right center mid, and then Jacob left striker, and your Reigns right striker. But I am seeing a little swap here. I do see DSAD right now at right striker. And who the fuck is R? That's the real question. That's either, I think it's Riffs. I think they got Riffs at right center mid over Vintage at the moment. You know, let's just take this in game, just so you guys can see the actual lineup here. This will be round 2. Let me make sure I got my settings right. Golden goal, full match. The winner of this one will go on to the finals of the tournament, which will be casted by Onkey, guys. Wooby has your Reigns at MVP. I'd agree with that. Your Reigns was top. Boba calling himself MVP is crazy. Double saying DSAD is the dark horse. DSAD is a sneaky one. He can play good. Is anybody? Oh, I'm so curious what's going on the other side of the tournament. They're all in here, so I'm just gonna let them know where are. Let me know when are. Wonderful Day joining the lobby. Vixie and Borrow up top kind of makes things interesting for Joey's team. I mean, Vixie's a good shooter. Very good at scoring goals for sure. But they're kind of missing the natural strikers up top, which they had some pretty good ones. Although, was it them that I said? Oh, they have Wonderful Day, so that's good. But Wonderful Day doesn't play a whole lot. Might be a little rusty. We'll have to see how that goes. Palapa lost 2-1. I guess I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it was that close of a game. Not to say that their roster is bad or anything. It's just he was kind of behind on that draft pretty fast. Yeah, Tim on defense with Borrow at striker is an interesting move for sure. Tim's a good player though, so Looks like they're making some swaps. AZ's going up top with Borjo at left center mid, so a little bit of a switch. Some people filling out the benches. I am seeing, outside of the swap of Rifts and DSAT on the right side for Vintage, I am seeing relatively the same lineup. Vintage is on the bench, so he might tell Rifts to get the fuck out. We'll see. Straws for Rifts. Is Straws even on the roster? Straws. I don't even see Straws on the roster, but maybe there is some late swap. It's Joey, just changed my name. Alright, go. Okay, they're saying they talked to Onkey. If I'll trust it. Let me see if maybe Onkey sent me another DM stating that. Sorry, I wasn't talking in the mic there. Checking if Onkey sent me a DM updating that. Yeah, I don't know if Onkey just subbed somebody in or something. I don't show it on the most roster that the recent roster that he sent, but something might have changed. If Rifts leaves the lobby, so he doesn't get to play. Classic stuff. I mean, Blurry, you had the dime that you sent that turned into the first assist was a fucking damn good ball, man. That was a good pass. And you were for the most part locking Jacob down. I don't think you're responsible for the 2 goals. So good job, man. AZ does not equal lose. AZ is a good player. Stop it. You're being ridiculous. I actually think both teams have pretty good lineups. I mean, there's some good players. The unfortunate thing for Joey is that his lineup is missing some pretty high-tier players, but from what he originally drafted. I think they might be our. Maybe to get this thing going. Venus is R, waiting on the other team to tell me they're ready. There we go. There it is. Let's get this thing started. All the settings are right. We are a go. We got on the left Vintage's team again in the red and blue, on the right in the orange and white with the white name on the scoreboard is Joey's team. Winnie's Cashier on the ball, starting off for Vintage. Gets that sent over wide to Hippie. Hippie getting that forward all the way up to Jacob. Jacob taking his one, finds some space on the overlapping midfielder. That's gonna be Jadith. Let me I gotta quickly update my lineup here. I should have done this before. All right, so they got the throw-in going right now. A long throw-in will get 50 away, but they'll still try to keep the ball, and he just bombs it across the field to absolutely nobody. Envy heading wide to pick that ball up. Gets that forward. That's Boro. Or eBay, sorry. eBay back to Weenus Kid. Weenus gets blocked by Jacob, but that will turn right over to Vixie's feet. Vixie sending that wide to AZ. AZ trying to take his 1v2, will just get the ball poked away. Hippie getting that force out. That was Jadith forward to Jacob. Jacob making some nice cuts, sending Tim into a blender. He's got some space. Jacob with the shot off the crossbar, almost a bar down. So close. The cross back in will miss everybody, goes all the way through and over. Jacob picks up the rebound, gets that back. Jadith taking his time, gets blocked when he tries to send it in. A nice little eBay trying to get that over to Burrow, doesn't work. Vintage is up top now, by the way. I didn't really catch that swap happened. Wendy's going wide left to Hippie. Hippie with the cross in and a header. Pretty hard header, but way wide. Koopery is going to just dump that off to Weenus. Weenus sending that wide left to Envy. Envy taking it up, looking for his options. He's got a guy wide left on the edge of the screen there. He does get a nice cleared ball to AZ. AZ just not able to catch it. If he was able to get there, it would have been good. AZ taking on Hippie. Sends a cross in. Nice defense. Gets that blocked wide back to Hippie. Hippie forward to Vintage. Vintage over to Jacob. And Jacob takes up the line. Nice little touch pass from Vintage back to Jacob. And Jacob just trying to do a little too much there. Gets it to Vintage. Vintage over to Jadith. Jadith catching Baloo, taking the ball up. Baloo with the big cross. That's a good cross too. And unfortunately, Jacob just sends it wide. But actually, I think that was Vintage. It's hard to tell. They're both bald. He lost because I didn't stream. Oh, Jacob on the breakaway in the box. He shoots and a great save by Koopery. Closing down the gap. It's going to be out for a corner. Ooh. The corner comes in, and a nice job by Koopery coming in to just nab that ball out of the air. It's wonderful being the best cheerleader ever on the bench as Envy takes the ball up for his team. Taking his time. Options it back to Weenus, who's got plenty of space. Weenus back to Vintage, or sorry, Envy. Little 50 action. Ball gets sent wide. A foul from Boro. Getting the yellow card. Winnie's cashier with the quick through ball. I think that's Tim overlapping. No. Oh, okay. That's Straws. Straws with the cross. And unlucky goal to concede. It Bryloses off of his body and falls behind him. You cannot blame the defense for that one. What the? I would be fuming over that one right there. Absolutely fuming over that. My stream is laggy? And another shot from Jacob. That one is much more earned of a shot, right? Earned goal right there. Jacob taking the ball up the right side, putting Tim into a blender, and then just taking the long shot into the top bins. And just like that, Vintage's team is up 2-0 again. They're coasting away right now. Jadith gets the ball poked away. We'll try to get a quick through ball in. I don't think he's gonna get that. Envy's got the body. He will turn that over right away. Gets back to Boro. Or sorry, to Straws. Straws taking his 1v2s. Nice block from Envy, staying pressured on, preventing the cross in. He's trying to block the corner now too. Straws looking for the corner. There's some subs going on. Oh, I think Jacob left. Okay. Tim went into center mid. Boro is now at right back. Jacob is still in here. Even though he disconnected, he came back. And then I think I see... Yeah, no, DSAD stayed out. Okay. So they're clearly not liking what they're seeing out of Tim against Jacob, so they will switch up the assignment. Oh, that could have worked just on the line. Throwing for Vintage's team. Wendy's cashier will pick up the ball from Hippie. A little bit of pressure on, but he's got space. Sends it back to Wooby. Wooby goes right to Baloo. Baloo back to Wooby. And over to Hippie. Hippie taking up the line. Nice pass finding Jacob's feet. Jacob holding the body on Boro. Jacob trying to do the same move that he cooked Tim with. Does not work against Boro and will ultimately be out on Jacob. Okay, now we have Tim going up top as striker. AZ coming back to right center mid. So we'll see how these tactical changes have worked with Tim working his way all the way up the field to the top. Straws getting that wide right. That's Vintage on the ball. Taking his one. Looking for that cross in. He just keeps cooking, getting some space here. And a nice steal. I think that's Weenus kid. Weenus will get that all the way forward to Tim. Tim trying to prove himself. Gets that wide over there to Vixie. Vixie finding eBay on the through. Did eBay run out of stam there? Unlucky. Gets cleared wide, and it'll be a throw-in for Envy. Vixie. A little heavy M1 there, but AZ will split two defenders and lose the ball. Unfortunate. AZ picking the ball back up. Gets that to Tim. Tim will get blocked. Gets the ball back. Sends it wide to Vixie. Vixie has the body. A little bit of space. Still staying locked in. And I don't know what that is. A pass to Wooby's hands. Wooby going for the long boot. And it's not going to work. He's going to get bodied out, and GK is going to get that on the sweep. Vixie stepping away from the ball, making an easy turnover. And a through ball almost... They're trying to catch Jacob on the run. Good job by Weenus kid. And Hippie trying to dive at the ball will misread it. Tim with a little bit of space. Tim taking his one will lose Hippie with the body. And he will miss the touch. Sends it forward though. Good job. I think that's eBay on the ball now. eBay's kind of cutting it up. Showing he still got it. And he tries to cut back and he loses the ball. Boro will flick that forward to AZ, who just dumps it right back to him. And then a slide from Jacob. Jacob is like a big Joey clone. He has to get a yellow card every fucking game, I swear to God. AZ. Nice job sending it back to Weenus kid. Working it over to Envy. He's got plenty of space so they can bring it forward again. It's just you. Okay, good. And Envy sending the cross in, gets headed clear. It's going to get picked up by AZ. We are in stoppage time for halftime. Everybody forward, trying to get closer in this game, and the cross will get picked up by Wooby. Nice read, and he will just boot that thing clear. And it's halftime. Vintage's team, 54 to 46% possession again. Maintaining possession just like they did in the last game. But I will say that Joey's team is doing a better job than Dankas's at keeping the ball. They're just not doing a great job of defending, unfortunately. Some nice work into the ball at the back. Ultimately, a mistake happens, and Vintage picks the ball up. And a nice little 50 there from Boro. Besides from Weenus kid. No, that was Tim. No, that's Boro. Oops. Cross comes in and headed, and it's in. Tim, the man who could not stop anybody on defense, comes up top and gets himself a header goal on a nice cross from eBay. And they're back in this game just like that, 2-1. And just a reminder for you guys, it is golden goal. Immediately already back on the counter attack. eBay, unfortunately, just doesn't quite get the touch he wants. Envy will get back and get that ball, turning it around. And I think he ran out of stamps. He's got no stamp to keep up on defense. Jacob is pushing it through, and he just gets outnumbered, not realizing the threat over on the other side of the field. Boro swapping that over to Envy. Envy sending it forward to eBay, and we'll just get 50'd away by Straws. eBay on the throw-in. Goes for the big long throw-in. Poke back. eBay tries to do some cheeky flick. Will get blocked by Wendy's, who tries to send a long through ball. It's not going to get anybody. Envy coming back to grab that one. He's got plenty of space. Dumps it off to Weenus. Weenus setting a wide to Boro. Boro gets blocked, and so lucky that Jacob's offsides there. Oh, man. This one's getting interesting now. Envy taking it up. 1v1, looking for the cross. He crosses it in. Does it find somebody? It does. It finds Vixie's feet, who puts that into the corner, and we are tied up. The first half was all Vintage's team, and now... Oh, sorry guys, I will hit that replay again. I did not mean to do that. There you go. Vintage's team on the ball. Wendy's cashier sending that wide to Baloo. Baloo going up. Does not connect. The pass gets stolen by Envy. Envy trying to hit the through ball. A nice jumping interception from Wendy's. Wendy's trying another through ball back to Envy. They're just back and forth. This time Wendy's is out of position. He gets that forward up to Vixie on the left. Vixie taking his 1v1 to Baloo. Baloo will poke the ball away and ultimately out on a classic PSO move. Nice throw in. Vintage crossing that wide to the left back. Hippie. Hippie taking it forward. He's got space. Sends it into the middle. And a nice pass through. He's got some space. A flick over to Jacob. Good defensive recovery. Jacob unable to tame the ball as it bounced in front of him. We're knotted up. 2-2. Less than 6 minutes left in this one. The cross comes in. Rylos is around. They'll still have possession of the ball. Gets sent wide. They're 1-2ing through the field. He misses the touch. Unfortunate from Jadith. And we're holding on to the ball way too long. Envy with a nice clear through. We'll find AZ's feet. AZ poking that up to Tim. Does he have the body? He does not. Wendy's will send that back. Wooby. Yeah, Boro left and joined in the middle of action. Went to sub. That one might be... Yeah. I don't even know. He's back on the field again. This is That's definitely illegal. 100% illegal. Wendy's on the ball. There's nothing I can do about it right now, like flat out. The ball gets sent forward. Vintage. Just play it out, guys. Just play it out. And we're back. I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to do about that one, to be honest with you. It's in the middle of the play. Glad you're watching, Onkey. Thank you. We're in there. A nice little dribble. 1-2 gets shot. He had a lot of pressure on him, so good job. Poor pass is going to turn that ball right over. Jacob, free in the box, a little bit of space, shoots low, and gets saved nicely by Coopery. I mean, they're still tied. They're still tied. These guys need to refocus in and just play, to be honest. Like, come on. Vintage holding on the ball a little bit too long. AZ trying to push it forward to Tim. Doesn't quite connect through. Hippie will option that all the way back to GK. Wooby sending it right to Baloo. Blue going up the field to Straws. Straws 1v2. Options it back to Wendy's. Wendy's under pressure. Will miss the touch of the ball. Jay-Z gets it. Or AZ. Jay-Z. Jesus Christ. Tim 50ing with Hippie. Ball gets loose. Gets sent over. If it wasn't hit so hard, it could have been a nice one for Jacob. He will get the ball. It's in the back wide right. That's going to be a turnover. eBay missing the cut. Ball gets sent in, free into the box. It's shot and it's scored by Vintage. Straws on the assist. And just like that, Vintage's team is down now. Or is up again, sorry. Wrong direction. My head is all fucked after that. After that incident. I thought we had to sub to see a spectator swap. I don't know. I think I get on a wonderful day out there, man. You can score some goals. A turnover. Vintage's team on the ball. That's Jacob. Jacob taking a 1v2. Gets poked away. Still has the ball. Tries to send that through. Vintage, nice little cut, flicks it up, and will get picked up in the air by Coopery. Turnover immediately. A nice little cut through, baits him in if he's onside. A nice steal from Envy, and a missed ball by Boro. And Coopery's there to save the day. It's getting dicey back here right now. Boro sends that forward to AZ. AZ through. A nice one-time touch to go get to Tim. Good pass from Vixie. Tim gets fouled. Vixie just doesn't get there in time. Oh, no, wait. Did Tim foul? Oh, he was offsides. Oh, okay. That was confusing. Tim has the space, taking it forward. He shoots. Good save by Wooby. Gets crossed back in. Nobody's there. Hippie will get that forward up to Jadith. Jadith, some nice dribbling. Will find the pass to Wendy's. Wendy's, I think they 50'd that. That's still going to find Jacob's feet. He's going to get there. He's got the body. Sends a pour across in. Probably out of stam. Wendy's will pick up the clearance. Wendy's cashier. Runs out of stam, coming all the way from center back spot. Still taking the throw in. And Noodle Arms puts it right to his feet. Immediately thrown over. They're trying to make a quick play. Get back in this. They have less than 1 minute left into this one. We are 15 minutes and 15 seconds in. 45 seconds to go. Vintage's team on the ball. Blue taking it up. Blue trying to catch a through ball. Almost there. Just doesn't quite get it. Envy picking it up. Back and forth. Ball gets cleared all the way back to Wooby. 30 seconds left. Hippie. Hippie trying to get through. A jumping interception by Weenus gets turned right back over. Unfortunate. Nice defense from Envy, poking the ball away. He's still got the ball, though. The cross comes in, and it gets shot by Jadith from Straws, getting his second assist. And that's going to probably seal this one, guys. We are 8 seconds away. And Vintage's team, yet another 4-2 scoreline. Vintage's team, despite the controversy, still comes out with the win on the Boro sub, and Boro just leaves the fucking lobby. And there goes Weenus. And let's just get this thing over with, guys. Come on. So we're going to lose stats on all those guys, if it even matters, I guess. Vintage's team is looking freaking strong today, man. They are holding on to possession. They are making dangerous attacks. They are playing solid defense. 54 to 46% possession. They got more passes this game than last game. I mean, just some notables. Hippie holding it down on defense, 380. Looks like he's warming up a little bit. He didn't have as many errant passes. He was dangerous today. Jadith, of course, big time in center mid, 450 points, had 1 goal and 1 assist. And then Strauss, another sub coming in for this game, 370, 2 assists off some big steals. And of course, Vintage this time playing up top, 420. Man got 1 goal, 4 shots on goal. So pretty good performance. I don't know, guys. Who do you got? Who do you got as your player of the game? It's obviously on Vintage's side. That team just played so well. eBay rule. I think for me, Jadith is probably my player of the game. Strauss did really good with 2 assists. He was dangerous, of course. Vintage scoring goals. But Jadith was the guy in midfield, holding it down, keeping possession for a lot of the game. He was the outlet for the defenders to move the ball forward in transition. He was the drop back option for Jacob. I mean, it's tough to say him over Hippie. It's for me, it's either Jadith or Hippie. Yeah. Boba kissing my ass. Just kidding. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Vintage's team is through to Onkey's final in the auction draft. Even in this controversial semifinal, Big Joey's team gets knocked off 4-2. So make sure you guys go catch Onkey's stream. That should be coming up very shortly for the final. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I will get this VOD posted as soon as I can, and we'll see you guys on the next one.